1 ground terminal, 2 USB, 3 printer, 4 LCD screen, 5 controller, 6 current output terminal during CT ratio polarity test, 7 secondary side input terminal during CT ratio polarity angular error and ratio error test, 8 K1, K2 voltage output terminal for CT/PT excitation characteristic test, CT/PT burden test terminal, CT secondary input terminal for comprehensive test or CT ratio test voltage method. 9AX connected to secondary side for PT ratio polarity test. 10AX connected to primary side for PT ratio polarity angular error and ratio error test. 11 the port of winding resistance test. 12 overcurrent protection power switch. 13 power switch. 14 power socket. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 the wiring diagram of the test subject. 21 L1 per liter 2, connect to CT primary side for comprehensive test or CT ratio test, voltage method. PT primary side is connected to AX, secondary side to AX, it is forbidden to connect reversely. Power on the tester, it enters CT test by default. Controller is operated by turning counterclockwise and pressing down, so as to move cursor, input data and select an item. For PT test, here are excitation, burden, resistance ratio, error, AAC hypot query. Generally, no need to set voltage too high. Now it is set to 400 volts. Primary voltage range is 0 to 2500 volts. Secondary voltage is selected from 100 volts 100, square root 3 volts 100 thirds of a volt 150 volts 220 volts, which is set according to PT nameplate. Make sure the setting is correct. After setting, turn on power switch, select test, press controller to start testing. After testing, test result is displayed. Select Save Print and back to proceed. Wiring method refers to PT ratio and polarity test. Parameters are set based on test object. Turn on power switch, select test, and press controller to start testing. After testing, test result is displayed. Select Save Print and back to proceed. Wiring refers to video. K1, K2 of tester are connected to 1A and 1B of PT. If wiring is correct, turn on power switch, select test to start testing. After testing, test result is displayed. Select Save Print and back to proceed. Zero calibration. In the PT test interface, select resistance to enter test interface. Please make zero calibration of test lead before test. In the main interface, select resistance, then select zero option. Before zero calibration, short connect the clamp of test lead. Then carry out zero calibration. The interface displays success when it is finished. Test. After zero calibration, connect the test lead as per wiring diagram on the panel. D1, D2 of tester is connected to measured winding. Select test to start testing. After testing, it displays test result. Select Save Print, back to proceed. volt-ampere characteristic, turns ratio and polarity can all be tested under same wiring. K1, K2 of tester are connected to secondary terminal S1, S2 of CT. L1 is connected to primary terminal P1, and L2 to P2. Excitation current, set max. Output current within range 0 to 20 A. If current reaches preset value, it stops boosting in case of any damage. Generally, knee point value can be obtained at current setting value 5 ampere. Excitation voltage, set max. Output voltage within range 0 to 2500 volts. Generally, voltage setting value is a bit higher than knee point voltage so that the curve is more proportional. If wiring is correct, turn on power switch, select test to start testing. If voltage is set too high, curve is closer to y-axis, otherwise curve is closer to x-axis. If voltage reaches preset value, it stops boosting automatically in case of any damage. After testing, it displays test result. Select Save Print, back to proceed. Wiring. Primary side of CT is connected to P1, P2, secondary side to S1, S2. Short connect secondary winding that is not tested. In CT ratio interface, select current value, it enters test interface. Primary current setting, max. Output current at P1, P2 is set within 0 to 1000 amperes. Rated current at secondary side, 1 ampere or 5 amperes is per CT nameplate. Set rated current at secondary side, turn on power switch, select test, press controller to start testing. During testing, cursor flickers on the icon, test, until test is completed automatically and exit test interface, or test is stopped manually. After testing, it displays turns ratio and polarity. Select Save Print, back to proceed. Terminals in the same color are in-phase terminals when P1 of tester is connected to P1 of CT, S1 of tester to S1 of CT. Subtractive polarity is displayed. Wiring. CT primary side is connected to P1, P2, secondary side ampere meter. Current value is set within range 0 approximately 1000 A as per CT primary current. In CT main interface, select AC current to enter test interface. After setting AC current, turn on power switch. Select test, press controller to start testing. Now we use current clamp to monitor, test result as normal.